Last week we published part 1 of Stranger in the Blue Bullet. The stranger was the dog Gizmo, the Blue Bullet is the trusty Toyota Condor, and the story was all about reuniting Gizmo with his owner Emil in the Transkei. It had a very happy ending. Gizmo recognized Emil, they loved getting together again, some tears of joy were shed, and we celebrated by having some fun at the Imdone lagoon near Port St. John's. That was in June, about 4 or 5 months ago. I'd spent a couple of nights at Emil's place. Him and Gizmo were staying in an old house that he was renovating and turning into some kind of restaurant for a client of his. It seemed like he had a very big job at hand. So I kind of spent 2 nights there. I was satisfied that Gizmo was in good hands. We had a good time together, and I left them and went about my business and kind of forgot about Gizmo and Emil till about 2 months later, 9th of August, when I received a very disturbing message.
Hi Ben, unfortunately things turned completely pear-shaped. So I've left. Me and Gizmo a little lost. Going to try to Durban. I guess he means going to try to go to Durban. Hope you are well. 1528. 1529. Gizmo might have to go back to the Vaal, as I'm completely broke and I can't feed him. Yo. 2 hours later, I'm starting to walk up the coast tomorrow towards Mtentu. No money. Sea must provide for us. Hopefully, I can find a way to survive somewhere. I send a message. Sounds hectic. Stay in touch. I'll rescue Gizmo if necessary. Let me know where you are. This is a developing story. What the hell? So I posted on a couple of Transkei Facebook pages a picture of Emil. Let me show you. I didn't want to be alarmist and say he's got no money and he sounds really depressed and maybe somebody will see him and say that I was looking for him. I sent WhatsApp messages to the guides at Mtentu that I know. I sent to the rangers at Mkambati Nature Reserve that I know. I sent a message to Mboiki Lodge. And the responses have been fantastic. People are really pulling together, trying to figure out where he might be. A lot of people are saying he won't have signal for a few days. And let's see. Out of everybody that has now got this message, somebody must see him over the next couple of days. I just want to find out if he's okay and if the dog's okay, because I feel kind of responsible for that dog. So it's Sunday night, and like there's now 200 people looking for Emil and Gizmo. Maybe I've got to go to Port St. John's and go see what's happening at the house he was staying in. It's the last place he was. That's where you start looking for somebody, right? It's a long way, got a lot to do. Hey, Gizmo, better go check on him. Maybe I should go to Port St. John's tomorrow. Some good news, got a report. It's Sunday night, it's probably near midnight or so. Somebody messaged on the Facebook page that they had seen Emil on Friday morning near Mtentu. I guess that's between Port St. John's and Mtentu, about 5 kilometers from Mtentu. So at least he stuck to his plan about walking north from Port St. John's. He was seen near Mtefuf. He was well provisioned. He had dog food, which was very important to me. And I guess there's no point in worrying. I also guess it's good that everybody's kind of aware that he's on the coast. Walking to Mozambique is what he told the last guy he saw. So calling off the search, and let's see what happens.
So me and Gizmo walked from Port St. John's with no money no food, nothing, all the way to Port Edward along the beach.
Emil messaged me again when he got to Port Edward. He was in quite a desperate state. He needed some cash, and I sent him the little bit that I could. But then he seemed to start getting himself out of a hole. He found accommodation, he was being fed, he seemed to be posting more positive stuff. And he started looking for work. And he posted his CV on Facebook, and it's quite an impressive CV. He's traveled the world for 27 years. He's trained as an a la carte and seafood chef. He was at the Beach Hut restaurant in Gordons Bay. He was at a seafood restaurant in Mossel Bay called Zorba's. He was catering for Beacon Isle yacht charters. He was an executive chef at the Fisherman's Nook for 5 years. He was a sous chef at the Cork International Hostel and Eatery. I think that's in Ireland. He spent 4 years at the first organic Michelin-rated restaurant in Ireland. He trained in cordon bleu haute cuisine at Seamus O'Connell. He trained in France. It carries on and on. He worked on yachts, traveling the world as a chef. Finally ended up in Thailand, where he refurbished and renovated a boat. He started his own venture in Thailand, sunset snorkeling tour called Captain Yum Yum's 7 Islands. He's also a professional illusionist, performer, a sculptor, a yacht builder, a master craftsman. It's a hell of a CV.
Well, to be honest, I've actually never worked for anyone. I've always worked for myself. I've had businesses in Asia, and I do my performance in Europe. And
What kind of performance?
I'm an illusionist. I do, well, the famous levitation trick that is all over now. I actually, if you look at the video that I posted on YouTube, originally I was the one that brought it from India. And I do well with that. I made average €350 in a 40-minute.
So you're an illusionist, not a delusionist.
There we go.
So I followed Emil on Facebook for a while and eventually decided that he was okay. He didn't sound much more desperate than a lot of South Africans at the moment. He was getting good responses to his Facebook posts. People were suggesting to get hold of this place, get hold of that place. They heard so-and-so was looking for somebody like him to work for them. People were impressed with his CV. He said he was going to follow up on suggestions. I thought he was okay. So once again, Emil and Gizmo started drifting off my radar until the week before last, when I received this message.
Hi, Mandy. I'm just contacting you. I'm losing sanity. I've been in Durban now for over a month. I've gotten extremely sick. I think it's depression and anxiety related, to the point where I'm suicidal. And yeah, just wanting to know how you would feel or where you are about Gizmo. I am considering calling a helpline to be admitted. I just don't know what to do anymore. I'm sick, I'm broke, I'm having suicidal thoughts. That is my new WhatsApp.
So it was crazy. I sent him a couple of messages. I told him, just hang in there while I try and figure something out. This is what he sent back.
I've tried, but I'm losing it. I'll try and hold on, thank you. I'm not going to kill myself, but I'm scared of my mind losing it today. Thank you.
I did figure out something. Another friend of mine had found and had been helped by a shelter on the south coast of KZN near Margate called Tentcity. So I got hold of them and I told them about Emil and I told them about Gizmo, and without hesitation they said, bring Emil, bring Gizmo, and we'll do what we can to help them. So it feels like a good place. And I spoke to the owner, the manager. I don't know if she's the owner. I spoke to the manager, and she sounded like really cool, you know what I mean? And there was no like, there didn't seem to be any kind of conditions, you know what I mean? Like the conditions are no drugs, no alcohol, you know what I mean? It's like they keep a clean space, you know what I mean? It's like a good place to dry out if you are drinking. You know, I don't know what that situation is. All it is a safe haven, you know, that you can earn your keep there. You know what I mean? So you can work there in order to earn your keep, which is a fair trade for anybody who's in a position where they've got and no opportunities and are homeless.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Which you are. You know, which you are.
Alrighty. Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay, cool, man.
I just need to meditate on it and see.
Yeah.
Good man.
Okay, lekker Emil. Speak to you later.
Thank you. Alrighty.
Bye.
Okay, bye.
What are your expectations about tentcity? What are your expectations about tomorrow?
To be honest, I fear for my life presently. Tentcity I've asked to go to so that if something happens to me, I'm at least with people and my dog will be cared for. And maybe there I can, through interaction with other people, find myself again and maybe heal.
Hi, my name is Arno Kutsia. This is my brother, Sean Kutsia.
Hi, yeah, I'm Sean.
So my uncle started this thing 10 years ago, and unfortunately last year he became sick and he had liver failure and he passed away. And he gave the place to me and to Sean.
And when he passed away, you know, they said to me, Sean, you know, you need to pack up, but where do we go? If you guys can't take over here and with your experience that you've got in life, if we can't take, if we haven't got somebody to take us further, we've got nowhere to go. So at the end of September, when I got to the first time, they were busy packing up, but they didn't know where to go.
When we came here, it's like a shock. I didn't know there was a place for people like this actually in the. How many people there was here, including family members, children. We had few children here. At the moment, we've got 10. We had 20.
We are supported by Lions Club, Grace and Carlos. They're very good to us. And then Spar gets us our daily bread. You know, we do a bread run in the morning, so whatever they don't sell the previous day, we go collect them in the mornings. We get the bread, and then people just sees our webpage that pops in and say, listen, is there anything you've got on a wish list? Usually we've got a wish list that, you know, things we need: rice, flour, oil. We do this for the people. We don't want any gain from it. This is purely because it's satisfying to help if you can. Yeah. So there's no government support. There's no social workers involved. You know, this is purely for the passion we've got of helping the people. You know, there is rules. 7 o'clock you have to eat. 8 o'clock you have to be on the farm working till 1 o'clock. So it's not a shelter. It's a home. You know, a shelter, you pay your dues, and whatever you do after that, it's your time. But this is not a shelter anymore. You know, this is home. You have to work. At any home, you have to wake up. You have to make your bed. You have to do dishes. You need to look after your house, clean it, paint it, fix windows. And that's it. If that's not your situation, if you want to go lie in the streets under a bridge, don't have any responsibilities, then this place is not for you. You need to take actions. You need to take responsibility for your actions, and if you're responsible, this is the place for you. Like I said, if you're being judged, if you're in the outside community or in the social environment, if you're judged, you can't evolve. But as soon as you're here and you can see nobody else has got anything better than you, then you know you fit in. There's a space for you somewhere, and then it gives you the right frame of mind to say, you know, you're not the only one that's down in the dumps. It can happen to anyone. The motto here on the farm is you're a paycheck away from being here.
Yeah, I will say it's a fine line between hero and zero. We've got highly skilled people here, don't get jobs. I've got advocates, I've got school teachers, I've got actors here, I've got journalists staying here. So there's a fine line between hero and zero.
Yeah.
And
One
we
paycheck
make
in
it,
a year.
like I tell these guys, you're not homeless anymore. You've got an address. If they ask you where do you stay, you say you stay at Tentcity. That's your address now. And that only that words already build up the self-confidence now.
When you say you've got suicidal thoughts, what do you actually think when you say that? What are suicidal thoughts?
When your body is that sick and you are so hopeless and you have nowhere to go, no family, no friends, no one to turn to. I've been out the country most of my life. So I've come back to South Africa knowing no one and arriving back with COVID to find out that my mother and my brother had passed away. So I have nowhere or no one to turn to. So when you're stuck in a city, you are sick, you don't have money to go to a hospital to find out what's wrong with you. You see no way out, and the illness in your body has you so down that you would think that passing on would be easier than this. That is the suicidal thoughts.
Emil struggled to fit in at Tentcity. He struggled to settle down. I think he was struggling to accept his situation. He didn't seem grateful for the help he was getting. He was complaining a lot. He was whining a lot. But then people with experience tell me that this is quite normal and that Emil just needs time to make the adjustment. And what about me? I must tell you, this is all starting to get to me too. And I must say I'm very torn about it. I don't know whether I'm doing the right thing, especially now this morning because things have taken a turn for the worse and Emil is in bad shape at the moment. And speaking to the guys here, I kind of said he wants me to take the dog away. I'm kind of feeling like I don't want to take the dog because this is it may be the only thing that's keeping him alive.
No, I don't want to get rid of him, but I'm scared what happens to him if something happens to me here. You know, I see a window opportunity now where he could go back to where he was. Not that he's going to be happy there.
And I'm really torn. Have I taken on too much? I'm really torn about what I'm doing. Why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? Am I doing it because I want to help Emil and I want to help Gizmo? Or am I doing this because I want to make a good episode? The lines are becoming blurred. I definitely bit off more than I can chew. Emil needs professional help. I'm going to take him tomorrow to the psych department at Port Shepstone Hospital and see what they say. Somebody else has to look after him. I can't carry on looking after him. He needs professional help. I think Emil and Gizmo are going to be okay. They're somewhere safe. He's being looked after. He's not alone. The people at Tentcity are good people. And I think he understands what he has to do in order to get better, and I think he does want to get better.
On Monday, God willing, go see the psychiatric ward and find out how we can start clearing this up and what it is that's actually going on with me. The plan is to get healthy. The plan is to be able to understand reality again and just to be able to wake up and want to take a bath and be hungry to eat food. And
I don't know whether I'm doing the right thing, but the one thing I do know is that in the past I've always run away from things when they get difficult. And that's partly why they never came to fruition. And this is now getting difficult. And I'm not going to run away. I'm going to finish this. I'm going to finish the episode. I'm going to put it on air. And then I'll see what the consequences are. I've come this far. I can't just run away. I can't just stop.
So let's see what happens.
This was a strange episode for this channel, and I'm kind of sorry, but I had to follow through with it. Maybe there's some value in it. You know, this could be a story about any number of people that you meet. You never know what's going on inside their heads. You know, you meet those people, they seem to be messing up all the time, and they seem irresponsible, and they're losing their jobs, and they're messing up all the time, and you don't know what kind of pain that person could be in. They may not know how to get out of it. They may really need some help. There's a lot of people in South Africa like that. A lot. Anyway, I hope this episode has got some value. I hope it does some good. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you next week, hopefully for a little bit of a lighter episode. Cheers.